Education has many problems with it. One of the problems would be that it doesn't take into account the stages of childhood development. The stages of childhood development are infancy, childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, and adulthood. Now, if education were taken seriously, it would not consist of a 45-minute to an hour-long bits of information that are constrained by the limitations of the teacher, the ability of the students to learn, and so forth. If instead one subject per day for the duration of about 7 hours, combined with practical recesses that consist of martial arts, agriculture, and music, and things of that sort, meditation, yoga, Eastern practices, really the infusion of a kind of multicultural, postmodern society. Not only that, but we have a situation where any of the kind of classes that we would have, we end up hating the classes that we dislike, like math, let's say, or physical education. So instead of instilling the objective, seems to be rather to reflect any interest in any of these subjects if they aren't our primary one. So instead, to have recesses or physical education that children actually want to further in their lives when they graduate from school. The idea is to instill instead of memorize, to understand rather than to regurgitate information. Now, there are several other ways to improve education. One of them would be to start at infancy. The other one would be to use the trivium and quadrivium, grammar, logic, rhetoric, math, geometry, music, and astronomy, in order to enhance the critical thinking skills of the students as they go through childhood to adolescence. But then at the same time, ways to incentivize children to continue education, for instance, in young adulthood, to have the objective of graduation, the object being to receive one's driver's license. This would be the end of education. As far as young adulthood, the students would receive their driver's license at the end. Other subjects like plumbing or architecture could also be included in the kind of standard curriculum. However, curriculum under all of these different stages would consist of a very relaxed, very flexible wiggle room enough for the students to really be carried up by their own forces. One of the ideas of a truly sophisticated system would be, of course, to have students completely in control of their own studies. If they were to be in control rather than the teachers, it would put a lot more responsibility on their shoulders. What we're trying to do here is to really cultivate community foremost, and then as well responsibility and discipline at an early age. The earlier the better, of course. And so this, in combination with a series of other alterations, for instance, child psychologists in the classrooms, of childhood to adolescence, not for the purpose of diagnosing them psychotic or whatever specifically, or ADHD or any of that kind of crap, but really just to act as a catalyst between the teacher and students for them to be able to understand more fluently. Alright, and finally, of course, no subject is completely isolated from another. The economic structure, which is the next video that I'll be making, must be amended, as well as the education system. They must be worked in tandem in order for a new society to emerge that isn't consumer culture or things of that sort. And with that, Love and gratitude. Love and gratitude. Thank you.